Hey beautiful, welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is all about who will you marry, who's your future spouse. Now, as you guys may know, every single month I record an energy update regarding who your future spouse is. And normally I do a 1+ hour reading in which I go through different categories and it's pretty detailed. However, today I felt like doing a candle wax reading only. So, if you guys are still interested in a much more in depth reading, please let me know. I can definitely record it for you guys the next day or so if you are interested in that. But, my dear, as always, I have three pals you can choose from. This is pal 1 with the Empress card, this is pal 2 with the Lovers card, and this is pal 3 with the Sun card. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal one, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's dive into the reading and let's see for you guys, who will you marry, who's your future spouse. As always, my dear, I have meditated for you guys, and I also would like to say that I already got some energies and messages coming through. So, you, pal one, definitely there is a lot I feel like that maybe needs to be said, or a lot of messages for you today, but I already got some things coming through, that's for sure. Now, my dear, let's start straight away. I have your candle right here. Let me light it up for you guys. All right. So, as always, my dear, please give me a moment. And then let's see. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What traits, energies do they have? What do you need to know about them? Yeah. The first message, my dear pal one, that I'm receiving is the same message that I received during the meditation. It's coming through again. I always like to first look into the candle wax reading to see how the messages in the meditation connect with the messages in the candle wax reading. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. One thing that I see very clearly for you guys is that your future spouse is going to be someone you will genuinely feel attracted towards. And when I say attracted towards, what I mean is physical attraction. This person could be someone who is your type or someone that you will definitely find very attractive. And for some people, the physical attraction is more important. For others, it is less important than other things. But I feel like for you guys, or at least the way it's coming through here, when it comes to your future spouse, it could definitely be one of the first things that you notice about them and that makes you very curious about them, or, yeah, honestly makes you like them because physically speaking, they could be very attractive to you. All right, so this is the first thing that I am seeing here very, very strongly. So the physical attraction is not something light here. It is actually very, very important. Maybe you guys yourselves, you're also very physical people. Like you love to take care of yourself physically, present yourself in the best way that, yeah, is for you. And maybe physical connections, okay? Intimacy and stuff is also something that you put a lot of importance to. So I see that when it comes to the physical energy of your guys's, yeah, relationship, there is definitely a lot of emphasis in here, all right? And I also, by the way, would like to say that this is a very fertile connection. So, of course, as always, take it how it resonates. Not every message has to resonate with you. But one message I'm receiving here for someone is the fertility aspect is definitely regarding, children and all. So if this is something you want, if you want to have your own children with your future spouse, then I definitely see the potential in here, all right? Because this connection is definitely very fertile, that's for sure. Another thing, my dear pal one, that I would like to mention regarding your future spouse is your future spouse is someone who, okay, I feel like this is someone who is very good at leaving something behind and starting something new. Now, what do I mean by that? Sometimes it could be very difficult for people to release, to move on, or to start something new. Like sometimes, unfortunately, you can be very stuck on the past or you can be stuck on a situation, and it may be very difficult to move on from a situation. And sometimes we may find ourselves lingering around the situation longer than we would like to. Or maybe sometimes it's a little bit difficult for us to start new, because we're so attached to something in the past. When it comes to your future spouse, one, you know, personality trait or something that really makes them who they are is the fact that they're very good at starting something new. This is not someone, yeah, this is not someone who stays at the same place too long if they know it is not good for them. They're very quick to go to the next level or to move on. So I really feel like this is a trait that they have which can be applied to a lot of different areas of their life. So it is not only about maybe, you know, a work situation that doesn't maybe go the way they would like it to or makes them feel stuck. And then they choose to, bring some kind of change to the situation. It is not only about that, it can also be in relationships. This is someone who may act pretty quickly when they feel like the relationship is not going anywhere or the relationship has become toxic. This is not the kind of person who will stay longer in that relationship than they have to. If they feel like it is not good for them, they will act pretty quickly. And by the way, this is also someone who's pretty transparent in their intentions. So if they want to do something, they will let you know. They don't hide it. They don't tiptoe around it. No, when they want to do something, they mean it. Or when they say something, they mean it. But definitely someone who doesn't really stay when things are not good for them. And it's very easy for them to start new. I hope you guys can follow me here, what I'm explaining, because I feel like this person, let me see. Yeah, I feel like this person, maybe at one point in their life, they used to be the complete opposite way. Maybe they know how it feels like when we stay in situations that don't make us happy or are not good for us, feel toxic, feel not very pleasant, but we accept them, we tolerate them, even though we know that we deserve better. This person has been there before as well. And because they have experienced that, they know how important it is for us to not tolerate what is not good for us. And they're very good at cutting things off. That's something I'm seeing here very, very clearly. Whether it's toxic people or toxic situations, they will always find a way out and a way to begin new. This person, by the way, um, I feel like they could have the tendency, my dear pal one, to overthink a little bit. Because when we talk about this person's energy levels, I feel like their mental level is pretty active. Maybe even more than is good for them, in the sense that, sometimes we may think too much. Thinking is good, but sometimes our imagination may run free, and we overthink and overthink about a situation in which, yeah, there is really no need for it, to overthink about it. And I do feel like this person, it could be is a shadow aspect the right word? It could be something that I'm hearing they have to work on, let me put it that way. The fact that they overthink at times a lot. And as I said, it comes from the fact that this person's mental energy is definitely running very high, and this person could be more so a um, mind kind of person rather than an emotional person. They could be more so practical, logical, and they allow their mindset to guide them, excuse me, their mind to guide them and all. So it feels like up there is a lot of yeah, energy happening. And this could lead to overthinking, to excessively using their mind, And what I mean by that, once again, is like maybe making a big deal out of a thought, or their imagination, once again, trying to come up with certain things. So I feel like this could be their weakness, this overthinking tendency that they have. Yeah, it has definitely, what I'm getting, it has definitely given them some sleepless nights. Like sometimes when people have problems sleeping, it's because even when they're laying in bed, a lot of thoughts are coming and going. This is what I'm seeing for your future spouse here as well. It could be the case that at one point in their life, even I'm hearing they suffered from insomnia. Or maybe someone watching even is experiencing that. They can't really sleep that well. If this is the case, my dear, I'm receiving a message that prioritize your sleep. See how, like, what can you do to to improve your sleep. I know this is such a random message, but this is a message I'm receiving here as well. yeah, coming back to the previous messages, what I'm hearing once again is someone who is very quick to leave when they feel stuck. That's exactly what I heard. So, for example, if this person feels stuck in their current job and they feel like it is not going anywhere, it is not what they thought it would be, and they know that there are much better opportunities out there for them and their qualifications, for example, they will move on, they will go and um, find a better opportunity for them, basically. This is a very, very interesting individual, my dear pile one. I feel like this person, when you come across them, when you meet them, for some of you guys, maybe you already have, for others, you may in the future, but I really feel like this is the kind of individual that you will remember. It could be connected to certain, like, multiple traits they have. For example, as I said in the beginning, they could be your type and therefore they're not someone you will forget when it comes to their physical beauty. Um, in addition to that, regarding their personality, that could be something standing out, but it is a overall thing, like a general thing. I really feel like this is someone who you will not forget. They're very memorable. That's a better way to to express this. My dear Palawan, this is all I have for you guys for today. If you, my dear, would like to claim this energy, let's go with a rose emoji. Drop a rose emoji in the comment section below if you would like this to be your energy. Now, my dear, as always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload any pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal one. Take care, my dear. Hey, pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What do you need to know about them? Now, my dear, let's start straight away with your reading. Let me light up your candle. All right. So, as always, my dear, as always, please give me a moment to tune into the energies for you guys, and then let's see, what do you need to know about who your future spouse is? The first thing, okay, this is so random, but the first thing I'm receiving here is repeating numbers. So some of you guys could be already see certain repeating numbers, or maybe at the time when you will get closer to your future spouse or you will meet them. For those of you guys who haven't met them, of course, yet, you may experience seeing a lot of repeating numbers around you, or certain numbers I'm hearing that are going to be meaningful to you. It is all about the meaning behind it. So it's not like you just see a certain number over and over again, but you don't really know what to do with it, or it may annoy you. This is not what I'm getting here. This is about you seeing a purpose or something very meaningful in certain number patterns, and I'm also hearing understanding them. So for some of you guys, through numbers, maybe your spirit guides want to communicate with you, or maybe you receive a lot of insights regarding this connection with your future spouse through certain signs that you see very randomly in your life. Although it's not random, but it may feel this way at first, but it's definitely not random. Okay, this was not about your future spouse, but I feel like, of course, it was still connected to them. But can we get a little bit more information about who my dear pal two's future spouse is? What they need to know about them? Okay, the first thing, my dear pal 2, that I would like to share with you guys about your future spouse is this is someone who's very compassionate, someone who's very gentle. This person has a very open heart space and someone who has a lot of love in their inside, in their center. I seriously feel like their heart chakra is open. This is someone who love plays a big role in their life. I'm even hearing for them, nothing matters if there is no love in it. And I feel like this person could work in some kind of field in which they interact with other people a lot. For some of you guys, I see all kinds of people, from different ages, even. Okay, if this is not connected to their career, it could be in their personal life. This person interacts with a lot of different people. I see, like, from um, older people to young children. I feel like this person has a lot of people around that, yeah, they receive love from, and they also give love back. So maybe this person has a large family with a lot of children and elder people, or maybe this person has a lot of friends, people that they connect with. And by the way, this is another thing, this person loves to connect with others. They're a very open minded person. Also, once again, open hearted person, if that's even a word, but that's the best way I would describe it here. And you definitely will see that this is someone who loves to interact, loves to communicate with others. They love exchanging. They just love to be surrounded by yeah, their social circle, you know? This is not someone who may spend most of their time by themselves, but more so someone who genuinely seeks the company of other people and thrives from it. You know, sometimes some people, they may actually feel very drained from interacting a lot with others, and they may need some time for themselves to recharge, because it can be very draining to them to be exposed to a lot of different energies. When it comes to your future spouse is definitely very different. I would say they're mostly the complete opposite. This is someone who could even seriously feel recharged spending time with others, because they may feel like it gives them energy to be surrounded by other people, to nurture their relationship, their friendship with others. So, yeah, definitely someone who's very social, that's for sure. And if their work is, um, let me see. Yeah, if for their work they need to be social, or they interact with a lot of clients regularly, it's not a issue for them. And in fact, I feel like they could enjoy it a lot, especially if their clients change very often and they're exposed to a lot of different people. This is something that this person may like very, very much. Another thing, my dear pal, too, that I would like to share here about your future spouse is this is someone very creative, like very, very creative. And this was a message that it's being emphasized pretty much. I feel like this person's creativity doesn't have any limits to it. And this creativity could be something that they express in like different areas of their life. It is not just about one area, but on multiple areas, honestly. So, for example, it could be the case that this person, they come up with a lot of great and creative ideas, visionary ideas when it comes to their work and their job. And it could be something that really makes them unique or stand out because they're the one who has the great imagination and creativity to deliver. Of course, it could be far more than that. Also, in their personal life, maybe this person has certain hobbies that allow them to really express their creativity and let it be seen and explored. They definitely enjoy this very, very much. Let me tell you one thing. For example, I'm so sorry for the I accidentally hit the camera. I'm so sorry. Now, coming back, as I was saying, I really feel like, as an example, Pal 1's future spouse, they were much more, I would say, mind dominated. And with your future spouse, I'm getting much more emotions coming through. And I feel like one way for them to express their feelings and emotions is definitely through their beautiful creative energy. So, by the way, it could even be a huge thing in your guys' relationship as well. It could be the case that your future spouse likes to express their love to you, very creative, like, for example, through writing you letters, or through coming up with a lot of creative gifts for you, or a creative, I'm hearing even trip for some reason, so that's interesting as well. But it's gonna be something that you will see very often with them, that their creative outlook, like, it is something so special, and it really makes this person who they are. It makes them so unique. And this person also definitely knows how to share their creativity with others. Not only they profit out of their creativity, but other people, I'm hearing very clearly, profit out of their creativity as well. This is interesting. I feel like um it's a little bit hidden. Like, I'm not getting necessarily like specific ways in which they may share their creative energy with their community, for example, or their loved ones. So it's a little bit hidden. There could be a reason for that, but the energies don't want to share more than that. For some of you guys, maybe your first meeting could be connected somehow to their creativity as well, but of course, take it how it resonates. Another thing, this is someone, my dear, who has a lot of like goals, a lot of expectations, I would say, for their life and what they want to achieve. They could also, my dear, be very, very determined. And I feel like this could somehow, yeah, this could sometimes stress them out a little bit. Because sometimes when we expect so much out of ourselves, if we want to deliver so many different things, of course, it could sometimes be very stressful because we know there is so much we want to do and maybe we don't have a lot of time for it. So it may sometimes be working against us. But this is who this person is. I feel like they just, okay, maybe for example, maybe this is connected to their creative energy, right? As I've said, this is someone who comes up with so many different ideas, you guys. And sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming, or maybe it can be a little bit stressful to explore and express all of their ideas because there's so many. So sometimes too much can also be a curse, right? Because it could feel heavy. And this is something I see with your future spouse here, that sometimes it could be the case that they take more than they can carry. Or maybe they do more than they should, and it may stress them out a little bit. Or I'm even hearing burning them out. So this person may have to pay attention to them having burnout tendencies, all right? Because they want to create so much. And they may even sometimes feel a little bit guilty not doing anything. You know, we're living in a world where, like, we're getting this impression that we have to always be productive, and taking a day off or not doing something for some time, it may seriously, yeah, make us feel guilty. Or maybe we even have people around who shame us for not being productive, for some time or for a day or whatever it may be. And this is very bad because, of course, productivity is a beautiful thing, especially if we have a purpose or a meaning in what we're doing. Maybe we're very excited about, like, your future spouse here, right? Maybe this person is excited about expressing what they have to offer, their ideas, their infinite creative energy, honestly. But at the same time, this person is still a human and they're not a machine. And a human being needs rest and also needs a day off or some time for themselves. They can't always be in this work mode because that's not what we can tolerate for the long run. Our bodies and all, our energy also may have its limits. So it is important for us to always make sure our cup is full. We are recharging and we're listening to ourselves when we feel like we need some rest, especially if other people, for some reason, I'm getting shaming energy coming through. So that's very, very bad, and very ridiculous, honestly. But maybe this person as a child has experienced that, that when they were giving their all, but then maybe one day they did something for themselves. Maybe a parent shamed them a little bit for them not to be good enough, like doing their best, although this person was definitely doing their best here. But still, it kind of feels like they have the need to always do because otherwise they feel guilty for not doing. I hope you guys understand what I'm meaning. Like, I'm trying to explain it the best way possible here, but it could be the case that this is something this person has been struggling with a little bit, and they should look into that because, as I said, it could be something much more meaningful, maybe something that goes back to their childhood, which makes them feel this type of way. But this is the kind of person who has a lot of potential. And perhaps because they have so much potential, they feel the pressure of expressing it with others. But just looking at their potential here, this potential with determination can definitely lead them to great places. This is someone who can succeed, like big time, my dear pal, too. Yeah, definitely. My dear pal, too, this is all I have for you guys for today. If you, my dear, would like to claim this energy, let's go with a candle emoji. Drop a candle emoji, my dear, in the comment section below. As always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload any pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal too. Take care, my dear. Hey, pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now, let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What do you need to know about them? Now, my dear, as always, let's start straight away with your reading. I have your candle right here. So let's start. All right, my dear. As always, please give me a moment. And then let's see. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? For my beautiful pile 3. Okay. The first thing, my dear, that I'm getting here about your future spouse, one thing you should know about them is I really feel like your future spouse is an honest soul, okay? This person is very, very honest, and I feel like sometimes in the past, maybe people at one point didn't really like their honesty because they could be pretty straightforward, but it doesn't come from a place of like them wanting to say something negative or bring other people down. No, in fact, this is like I am getting that this person is actually a very positive person. Okay, like when we look into their energy, they're very uplifting, they're very positive, but at the same time, I get an extreme honesty coming through from them, which is like there is much more to it. I feel like this person, it's kind of like they treat others the way they would like to be treated. And this is someone who values honesty so, so much. Like, if anything happens, they would want their friends to reach out to them, and tell them wholeheartedly, how they feel or what they think of a certain situation. Because this person doesn't like BS. They don't like I'm hearing sugarcoating or tiptoeing around something. They want an honest truth, and I'm hearing something that is very interesting as well. I heard this person would rather have a harsh truth rather than a beautiful lie. And because they are so, because this is so important to them, they do it as well, like for example, if a person or a friend of them, of course they would not go to a stranger and say certain things, but like let's just say if a friend of them asks them for their opinion regarding something, they will say their true opinion, or they will say the way they observe it. And yes, there could be some people who maybe in the past didn't like that, but I'm also getting that there are a lot of people who actually appreciate their honesty, because I'm hearing you can always count on that, This person, they're very trustworthy and they're very honest. And I'm hearing people can always count on this person's true opinion. This is so interesting. This is so random, but I don't know why I'm hearing like in a world where you can see a lot of fakeness offline or online, people like this are actually very rare because they speak without fear. they speak their truth and they're not scared of what other people may think of them, or whether someone, I'm hearing, one second, I'm receiving love messages. Yeah, truth definitely plays a big role. Authenticity, that's another thing. This is a very authentic person. People, as I said, trust this person, and what you see is what you get. This is not someone who plays around or plays a role, no. A very transparent person as well. And I would like to say that I feel like this authenticity that this person has is something that draws a lot of people towards them. And this is a very real person, very real. I'm also, my dear, receiving a message. I really, really feel like this is someone who, when we look into their, I'm hearing career life, they're very well skilled. This person could have taken a lot of time to improve their skills or learn some kind of skills as well. This could also be someone who has spent a lot of time getting certain qualifications, for example, but feels like what they're doing is something that they're delivering in, not only because they have the qualification, but because they have the experience, even more important perhaps. They know what they're doing and they're very, very good at it. And I feel like this person has a very good reputation regarding how they deliver what they're doing, you know? They could have a lot of clients as well, or people want to take their services because they know this person, I'm hearing, knows what they're doing. But they have worked very, very hard for this. I'm receiving a message that the journey has not been easy for this person. The name, the reputation, okay? The reputation that they have built for themselves, it has taken them years and a lot of, I'm hearing, energy that has been put into this, you know? I'm hearing even like sleepless nights. I'm hearing a lot of efforts. I'm hearing working when others were sleeping for some reason. So they have definitely done a lot for where they are now. And this is someone, my dear, who is not indecisive. In fact, this is a very decisive person. They know where they're heading towards in life, and they know where their path is leading them. They're very confident as well when it comes to life. I feel like this is something that others observe about them, that they walk through life very confidently, and also they have trust in life. Now, maybe this person is religious, but even if they're not, they just believe that when they do their best, they will create a good life for themselves. Like, life will support them on the journey, you know? Yeah, I'm getting, once again, this is a very trustworthy person. And do you remember in the beginning I said, you know, maybe they say certain things that could be a little bit uncomfortable for some people receiving them. However, I'm hearing it is exactly what they need to hear. Because sometimes in life, we don't, like, we need to hear the truth rather than some sweet talking, right? Like, hearing the truth can be so much more transformative for us to, um, go to the next level or turn our life over. It can be much more valuable. And this is something I see. Their words are very valuable to other people. Maybe not the most sugar coated, but exactly what they need to hear. There is a lot of value in this, okay? Yeah, very, very valuable. I feel like this person has helped their their inner circle in ways that have been very, very significant, because sometimes, mm, yeah, I feel like they have perhaps helped a little bit in ways that other people maybe couldn't for some reason. But it feels like they have been very impactful. Let me put it that way. They have been very impactful when it comes to what they have done for their loved ones, what they have done for their friends. This is someone who you can count on them. That's another thing. They have your back, okay? And not only when it comes to good times, but especially when it comes to uncomfortable times. I feel like this is someone who a lot of people go to or try maybe even to get advice from, trust, have faith in when it comes to maybe a person going through certain things that may be not the most pleasant. So I'm hearing backbone. This is interesting. Yeah, very interesting individual here. Very strong individual, you guys. Your future spouse is someone very yeah, very strong. It's almost like I'm getting a energy of strength coming towards me that is very, yeah, very incredible. There's really no other way to say it. Incredible energy. This is someone who has seen life. This is someone who has experienced life, and they're also a great friend or partner or person to have in your life, because I'm looking here only like this is only connected to this aspect of their strength, okay? Of course, there could be multiple reasons why it's great to have this person in your life, but only regarding this message, I feel like the level of strength that this person embodies gives you a lot of safety and security, knowing that you can count on them. This could also be someone who comes up with a lot of solutions, okay? They may have a solution for everything. A random message, but what I'm getting as well is that this person has a beautiful smile. Or you may fall in love with their smile, you may find it very beautiful or very attractive here. And some extra message for you to know regarding their energy. They have very fast moving energy. This is not slow moving energy, but fast moving. This is someone who may take action pretty quickly, or maybe they are someone who is very fast in their approach, but it is definitely more so fast. I'm hearing fiery as well. I don't know why, but sometimes I like to explain certain energies that I'm getting through like symbolism or through even like tarot cards. And if you know a little bit about tarot cards, I would say the energy that I'm getting right now is, I would say, is embodied through the yeah, I would say the Knight of Wands. If you understand the energy of the Knight of Wands, this is what I'm getting right now. Very fast moving, but very fiery as well. Yeah. Maybe this is the kind of way that they will approach you if you meet. Okay, for those of you guys who haven't met, if you have met this person, this could be something that you've already experienced firsthand and seen this passionate, fast moving energy that they embody. Okay, they're very fun as well, by the way. For some of you guys, online could be a major thing here. Not necessarily that you will like meet each other online for the very first time. For some of you guys, maybe you will, but this is not what I'm getting. I'm getting more so just this communication. It could be the case that online will be a huge part of your communication at the beginning. Maybe you will communicate through, for example, I don't know, like social media, WhatsApp, and stuff like that. Okay, I see some interaction definitely happening here. And someone looking at their phone. Yeah. So you could at first communicate more so with them through phone rather than in real life. For some of you guys, though, not for everyone. My dear pal 3, this is all I have for you guys for today. If you, my dear, would like to claim this energy, let's go with a sun emoji. Drop a sun emoji in the comment section below, my dear. As always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, don't forget to hit the bell because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3. Take care, my dear.